How do I know if
Yeah,
I'm
we live, Brody.
How do we know?
Because the show's right there. It said live.
Ah, there you go. Hey. All right. Hello, YouTubers. Do over 3. Ready?
Oh, I gotta
go. Look. Oh, and then everybody disappears. we go live, and then everybody disappears.
That's Alex.
That's just Alex. He doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be associated with this hooligans over here. Oh, look at that. How old is that?
The OG. That's 2017.
How old is
man. God damn it. Has
2017.
Do you guys remember when this was a big thing? This was a big deal back then.
That was a huge deal. Yeah.
I thought we were going to get murdered by the NY Warriors.
we yeah,
because they're OG. They're the OGs, and I was like,
hey, Folk Grime in the house. What's up, man?
Yeah. How do I know who's in the house?
Well, go click on comment.
Comments.
Big Lion Cat, Meow Meow is in the house.
Meow Meow. I don't think even Meow does Meow Meow even know who 9.2, but he remembers us though individually. But yeah, we don't know who's going to show up to this thing, but whoever shows up to this thing,
hey,
thank you
Leonard.
so much. Hey, 21 grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a really good collector.
Yeah, hey Leonard, how come I haven't seen your any hauls lately? I think it's been over.
He's got 21 grandkids. It's literally in the title of his thing.
Grandkids?
It's 21.
21
GK.
grandkid? Is that what it is?
That's what
he
it is.
Actually has 21 grandkids.
He has 21. Yeah, and you're asking him to do a haul.
And not the Filipinos was bad.
Leonard's busy, bro.
I saw Alfred 83 Comics made a comment on my live premiere today. Hey, Alfred 83, remember that dude?
I do.
Yeah.
He was a hunter. That dude could hunt.
Yeah. Alfred. There was a lot of, you know what though? That's the one thing I remember.
9 grandkids.
So I had a opportunity to be on the East Meets West with Joker and all of them.
Yeah.
And I think he got 9 grandkids. No, yeah, see, he got 21 grandkids.
21 grandkids.
No, but BLC's got 9. That's pretty.
What's up? Nice cover, bro.
That's pretty big too. No, but anyway, long story short, I was saying that I kind of missed the hauls. Yeah. I'm slowly starting to see it come back this year. So anyway, for all of you guys that don't know us or that know us, so the last time we did a podcast was in 2019. So that's 4 years ago since the 9.2 crew has ever done. Now we've kept in touch here and there, especially during, I would say, COVID time when we are kind of locked up, just checking up on each other and seeing how each other was doing. But we haven't done a podcast. Obviously, Alex, with his 10,000 subscribers, been very busy. He's popular. We actually had to pay him to be here.
Yep.
This show is actually sponsored by Shortbox.
I had everybody send friends and family payment.
Yeah, we all had to chip in PayPal. And then we had to send one nude photo to Alex just to get him here. So, you know,
just
you guys
sacks, though.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, we got Hazel Dan. He got freaking issue. And we got, what's up? Hey, thanks for joining, guys.
Oh, by the way, congratulations. Freddy's is officially a U.S. citizen. Just wanted to give him
Finally.
Yeah. U.S. citizen. Master X likes to roll around with boys on sweaty mats. That's his
Thanks, man.
It's not true. It's not a lie. Master X is now into BJJ, and we won't tell you his job, but he does. He's doing everybody a service. And then David is still the same freaking David. He's 72 years old and still looking at naked 20-year-olds. It's amazing.
I will tell you, I listen to David's podcast every time they do one with Hazel Dan, Alex. Who else is on that show?
We got the comic. We got Hazel Dan. You know,
Comic Book of Steve.
Yeah, we got Ron.
Comic Book of Steve.
Yeah, if you got some OGs, we're trying to make it once a week, just not get into a subject, but just kind of what we used to do here,
It's
what
good.
we do at the 9.2 crew.
Yeah, but you just grumble about stuff. That's all you.
That's who I am.
That's
I like
all
to
you
grumble.
do. You just grumble. All you do. Speaking of, so whatever. Anyway, that's all you do is grumble. So anyway, what you guys been up to? I guess is the question. Since we're here, we're all together. I guess the question is, we actually haven't really touched base with each other. I guess the first
because you
question
guys
is,
quit comics and started golfing. That's why we broke up.
yeah. So I guess I'll start off first.
Let's clear the fact that the reason that we broke up the way we did was one. There's no freaking way that all of us could make at the same time. I think we should have gone live. Whoever could make it during that time, and also. Second of all, and Alex just got too big headed and fucking said, screw 9.2 crew. I already used them. I'm gonna go solo, and he joined some other group of streamers, and then that was it. That was his
join after.
No. But I think that was.
I don't think 9.2 ever actually broke up though. That's what we've always said. We do shows whenever we want.
Yeah.
The last show we did, we won an award for it.
Yeah, and
we
decided to do one 4 years later.
Mm-hmm. We're going live at the same time that TiVo is doing his show right now. So
well, I mean, it's all good. We just wanted to come together. Honestly, I don't even really know how this came up, but we basically, I know what it was. I think I put up Instagram posts, and then it just so happened that it was a CGC 9.2. Nice. And then so what happened is somebody kind of made a remark saying they'd be down for a 9.2 crew reunion. I reached out to all the guys, asked them, what do you guys think? Alex actually gave today as a day that, what do you think about Thursday, blah, blah, blah. I reached out to everybody. Master X was the only one we weren't too sure, but it looks like he's here, which I'm super stoked about because, to be honest, up until today, we were kind of worried that he might not make it. But he's here. So, well, I mean, it's true. It's a story.
No, it is true.
Yeah. So, but he's here. And, so I guess what we wanted to do is just start off just kind of finding out a little bit about us, like what we've been in the past 4 years, comic collecting, not comic collecting, YouTube, not YouTube. So I'll go first, and then I guess it's Freddy's, David, Alex, and then Master X. So I think my last video, like official video that I've done on YouTube was my CGC unboxing, and then I did a couple of things after that. And according to YouTube, it's 1 year ago. Really? It's only 1 year ago? Oh, okay. So I guess I've been making videos up until 2022 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess it's just been really, maybe a year and a half. And I think that was mostly due to like COVID. Once COVID, I guess, quote unquote, ended, I got back into work. And then, but the biggest thing is my son's playing golf. And so that was like the biggest thing. So my son got into golf. He's really into it. He just won for the season. He fell into the top 5 for the state. So for ages 13 to 14. So, that was kind of like his thing. And, comics cost money, golf costs money, right? So it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys out there golf, but like it's not the cheapest sport. The equipment is not the cheapest. So basically it's kind of just choosing one. And of course, choosing a family is definitely going to take precedence. So, but I have bought some comics. I have gone to Comic Cons, but I gotta say that the prices that things are at now are ridiculous. Like it is ridiculous. The stuff that we bought at, I think we probably started 6 years ago, I think, as a YouTube channel. We started like maybe 6-7 years ago, started on YouTube. So we're like, I don't know if we call us old school, but a lot of us here are kind of, I guess
we are at this point.
We are at this point. Yeah, we're what most of us.
Which is old,
right? Like I think it's 7 years ago. Like my first video. Let me see. What's the oldest one I have? It's 7 years ago. Holy crap! Yeah, 7 years ago was my oldest video. So
Freddy's was doing it before us, and Master X was doing it before us too.
I think I started just.
Yeah, I think Master X started about the same. I know Freddy's was.
I think I started in 2016. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
2016, so around the same time, and then and then look at Alex now, right? But the prices that comics are at right now is so ridiculous that I have a hard time pulling the trigger. I just went to a con, and I'm just looking at the books on the wall, and there's some things I was interested in, but I was just like, the prices are just like crazy. So I was just like, okay, I think I just had to chill out for a little bit. Freddy's, what you been up to these past 4 years? By the way, I miss you guys. Hey,
Working.
this was nice.
Miss
Just been
you
working.
too. Working, man. Nah, I don't collect as much as before. I still try to pick up books. Like, got a lot of Perillos, and that's about all I've been doing. Just collecting Perillos, getting them graded, and building on my wall. But nothing else.
When did this whole skateboard thing happen?
I got them for a while.
You think he's Tony Hawk?
It's part of the collection addiction that I have. Collect all sorts. I got shoes, guns, comic books, a little
You
bit
do
of
have
everything.
some nice guns. I've seen some of your guns.
I got guns.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything, and then I do OnlyFans now. I got my
Yeah, I
own
subscribe.
OnlyFans. Best video, bleaching my butthole. That's about it. That's all I've been doing now. But yeah, no, I still, I'll get books here and there. It's just like you said, the prices are ridiculous. Like I wouldn't have any of the ones I have right now compared to the prices from back then to now. There's no way I would have anything of what I have right now.
There's no way. There's no ways. Especially the kind of books you like. That's hard to find variants or just like just stuff like that. It's crazy. David. So David's still been on YouTube. David's been doing weekly podcasts when he can. You're still doing hauls. You're still one of the few people that I've seen done hauls. What you been up to the past 4 years?
Dude, ever since I moved to Washington, I've been just fucking working. Then I kind of slowed down on YouTube for a while. Then I realized, you know what? I got to get back into something I enjoyed. It's like my sanctuary. So I started putting hauls and I started do some podcasts. Freddie was there a couple of times. It just somehow, I don't know, end up with Hazel Dan and Comic Galore with CBA and I. We just chat and try to be active in the YouTube and try not to give up so much of what I enjoy. But when it comes to price, you guys are right. It's just ridiculous. I haven't bought books in the past 4 months now, and I can tell you, man, my pockets are getting fatter and fatter and fatter. I think it's time for me to pull that trigger on the AF-15 soon.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and that way I can stop collecting. I don't have to worry about,
Well, that's been a thing you've always said, right? Once you buy the AF-15, you're gonna stop collecting comics, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So
I want to see you buy the AF-15 just to see if you can actually stick to that.
yeah, I think within the next year or so, I think I'll be able to get I don't know, probably a 2.0, 2.5, and just put that in my safe and just say, you know what, I'm done, and just enjoy life, like go back to golfing, or I don't know. I'm thinking about going back, picking up skiing. There's a couple of really cool ski resorts here in Washington. My wife, I got married again, so this is my third and final, hopefully. But she loves outdoor activities, so every time that I do spend time with her. That's pretty much it. But
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Alex obviously has been still going strong. Not much to say, but go ahead, Alex.
I won't take up too much time. But one thing so when I first started YouTube, I loved digging in the dollar bins and finding like the keys, finding the first appearance of Jesse Quick, or finding the first appearance of these characters, or finding the cool variants. And I pass up on those things all the time now. It's I don't like digging in dollar bins anymore. Art germs aren't special anymore.
What?
Like I used to dig
special. Dude, you gotta change your name to Alex the Comic whatsoever.
Knob. He's up there, that's why.
You can't call yourself Hoarder no more, Alex.
It's one of those things where, well, why would you spend $150 on like the 1 in 100 art germ, and when the next standard cover that comes out is an art germ that's just as good as the 1 in 100. So that's why I'm not doing a lot of cover hunting anymore or cover buying, but I'll buy stuff if it's a good deal. But I'm mostly just like David. I'm pretty satisfied with my collection right now, and just trying to find the next. I'm trying to have a real small collection too. I told the guys I sold 40 boxes of comics recently.
Wow.
So was that like to one person, or is that did you go to a con?
No, one person. He threw out, it was really weird. He threw out on Facebook that he was looking for a collection, and he was talking about the budget that he was going to spend. So I spent a couple days, I reached out to him. I spent a couple days inventorying and just pricing my stuff. And I shot him what I thought these 40 boxes were worth. He countered a little bit. We discussed, and we came to a thing, and he flew to St. Louis, rented a truck, came to my house, looked through the collection, and bought it.
Wow.
And so it was awesome.
40 boxes. So did you get anything special for that? Like, did you take that money and then reinvest
a lot of
it
money?
into a book?
Yeah. I got a couple things.
You bought a Tesla.
What's up?
You bought a barn.
Yeah. Well, I did sell during COVID. I sold comics and bought a Tesla because comics were so expensive and ridiculously expensive. Like Doom, you're saying
how could you not sell? How could you not sell?
Yeah. You went to the con and you saw the prices. This is an example. When we first started, every single one of us was hawing about like, I can't afford an X-Men #1. It was $1,500 for like a 3.0.
Yeah.
No. When we were talking, it was the weirdest thing because at X-Men 1 up until 5.0, for some reason the grade followed the dollar amount. So for example, a 1.0 was 1,000, a 1.5 was 1,500, a 2.0 was 2,000. I remember because it was just such a weird thing. Then once it got up to about like 5.0, then it kind of jumped. But yeah, I remember like him and hawing about it, like you said, about an X-Men 1, like 3,000 for a 3.5. Now I don't know what
it would be, like 8,000 for something like that.
Like a 3.5 now?
Yeah, I would assume 8 to 10,000, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember I bought 2 X-Men #1s back when we first started, and they both got 2.5s, and I paid under 2,000 for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Going to the con now, like, so I'm kind of like Alex, like I'm kind of over searching through the dollar bins because one, I don't really know what to look for. You know what I mean? Like I only know the stuff from 2019 and before. It's kind of like that's where my mind at. So this whole thing with Spider-Boy, like I have no clue, like any of this new stuff, right? I know I know the variants that you guys showed and all of these things. Pretty much all my knowledge kind of just stops at like 2019.
Well, let me tell you one more thing about the way that. So my channel like did a huge jump recently from a couple thousand subscribers to I finally reached 10,000 subscribers, and it was because like Spider-Boy is a key, but it's not like what I call it is foundational comic books. Like these are universally recognized comic books that every single dealer will know. Like if you bring X Factor 6, everyone knows that as the first Apocalypse. Everybody and their brother knows that's the first Apocalypse. It's like a $30 book. Spider-Boy might be worth more, but I don't consider that something that's like I'm not adding that book to my collection, because you take that to a dealer, he might say, what is this crap? What's this new stuff? I don't want this stuff, but he'll want my X Factor 6.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the whole mentality of it as well too. I mean, if you really think about it, I remember when we talk about, Freddie was talking about Spider-Gwen, I was talking about Miles, and people were saying like, who the hell is going to want this kind of people? I mean, this character, but look at them now.
Yeah.
After like 6 years, they're in the full figure, in status, so you can never know. And people can talk bad about Spider-Boy because it's new. But if you go down the line,
what's up, Joker? What's up, Joker? Is that what you want? What's up, Joker? Sorry.
But
you know what? You know what? Wait. No. What? Real quick though, David, you can talk after. Real quick. If Joker would know better though, when we was doing our 9.2 crew, one thing that we were really bad at was the comments. We were always really bad at the comments. So I'm just gonna let everybody know right now if we're
because we were a show for the rewind. We didn't get the huge. We got like 30, 40 people sometimes, 50 people sometimes.
Yeah, we were just too self-absorbed.
Let's hear from Master X first, and then I want to hear more from David. And
yeah. What's up?
So, X, what you been up to the past 4 years? Are you still hunting? Are you collecting differently? You still collecting? What's
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
a good question. I actually am still collecting. I really never stopped. I actually just I just filmed a haul from.
What's
I went
up,
to
Manny?
Tampa Bay.
What's up,
What?
Manny? What's up, Manny? I just wanted to make sure. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no. I just filmed a haul from. I went to Tampa Bay Comic Con with my friend. We went there for like the weekend. That was fun.
You're so full of shit. How many hauls do you have and you never posted it?
Bro, I
Master
swear,
X has said the past 3 years, I filmed this haul. I have it on my phone. It's ready to go. It's the
I've
same.
done that.
And you haven't changed in the past 4 years. You have like so many videos.
No,
When
I
are you
do.
gonna release
I probably have like 10 hauls on my phone. I've
Yeah,
like never
exactly.
uploaded.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I picked up a Daredevil 1 in like 2020. I still haven't showed it.
Nice.
I'm not
Daredevil
joking.
1 you picked up and you never even posted it.
I never ever. I'm looking at it right now. I never showed it. I still have that haul on my phone somewhere.
That's huge, X.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
The Lost Files or what? Lost Files of X?
Yeah, I need to dig through some of my stuff and I
Hey,
can
dude,
pull them
I think
out.
that would be a great title.
Yeah,
Lost
I
File of X.
I have at least 10 of them, man. But yeah, like 2019, I kind of like. I had a weird thing where I was like debating stopping collecting. I sold a bunch of books and then I was like, I still want to collect. I still like it. And then I was in college the whole time I was doing YouTube, and then got a real job. I'm not going to say what I do, but I was just super busy with that. And I still am like crazy busy, but got into jiu-jitsu. I've been doing that real
What belt are
consistent.
you now?
Oh, that's cool, man.
Or are you still
Thanks.
doing no gi?
My school does more gi, but I like no gi too. I can definitely do it.
What belt you got?
Blue.
There you go.
I've had
stripes,
it for.
how many stripes you got?
I don't have any. I've had it for almost a year though.
Oh, so you're a sandbagger. Got it. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
I competed a bunch at white belt. I haven't competed at blue yet though. My coach is trying to get me to do
Because
it.
you're a sandbagger. That's why.
Yeah.
Did you win
No,
them?
but I kind of fell in love with that. I like doing that a lot. But I still collect, man. I've been doing that. I have some other hobbies I've kind of branched out into, but yeah, I still like it. I built a comic wall with my dad. Actually, I haven't shown that yet, but
Are
that
you
came
able
out
to show it now? Today?
Yeah,
Later on?
My room is an absolute fucking mess, but I might be able to show it.
Can we
Hold
see
on.
the wall? Can we just
Hey.
see the wall?
Let me see if I can do this.
I don't even need to see any of your
How do I flip it?
I don't know, like Freddy's would say. Flip it? I don't know.
Damn it.
29 watching, by the way.
Let me see if you guys
shit.
can see it or no.
Dang,
zoom in on that?
Okay, there you go.
Yo, Doom, can you zoom in so we can see it on the
Is that a
big?
fucking
know.
LCS or
Tell
what?
me what to do.
Shit, you got
No,
me.
you
Solo-
good, Zach.
solo.
You good, you good.
Like
You
that?
can see
Solo layout?
There you go.
Oh,
It came out
Yeah.
pretty good.
How do I
Dude.
do that?
Are
It's
those
like-
J
all
channels?
Yeah, so if you
great
look
this
at
shit.
it, I don't know if you guys can see this, but so I actually got this from your video, Freddy's, like the J channel.
Oh, you use that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I use the J channel. I've only seen one other person.
Wait.
that
How
has
do I
this, so-
wait? Hold up, Master X. How do I focus on just X? Like, how do
You
I
just
just
did it
do
right now.
No,
You
but
had it for a second.
You had it.
what do I press?
Justice League 1, Iron
Yeah.
Man 1,
Help me
You
out,
got
guys.
some great shit up there.
first
There you go.
Supergirl.
Steven gave me this. I got
Nice.
these just recently. and
Wait, what did I give you?
You gave me this.
Oh, give me that back.
But check this out. So
Wow,
all of
that was
these-
really nice, huh?
thanks. All of these slide, so they're all in
Yep.
top loaders, and
Yeah.
you can like
Just
slide them
right
in and out.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
best
so you
thing
can
ever,
put-
man.
Yeah, you can put new ones in, and there's nothing over the top of them.
No, but if you need to get to that New Mutants 98, do you have to slide everything else out?
Yeah, it does take a while, but like I would slide that out, which you also gave me, and then I would slide all this out, and then you can take this out, and it'll move.
That's the one that Freddy's. Yeah, I remember Freddy's gave that idea. I don't know, or thought of
Yeah.
that idea.
That's
You know what's funny though? People are using that today, and they have
see
no
more of the
idea where
wall.
it came from.
Let me
No
see more of
shit.
the wall.
Yeah.
Let
That
me
shit
see more of
works,
this
though.
wall. That's a beautiful wall.
Thank you.
Yeah, those are great books.
Yeah, I have. So the wall goes. It's chronological ASM on the bottom. So it's you have
Chronicle
4,
is
361, 316, 300, 252, 238, 194. I got a 129, 22, 21, 101, 50, and then some Silver Age. I have a Green Goblin and Electro.
Nice.
Looks good, man.
I got that. I never showed this. I'll still make a video of this, but this was my Grail, and I
All
finally
right,
got
starting
this.
bid starts at $100.
Yeah, no, I bought this in like 2020, man, right before everything got crazy, and I got
14.
lucky.
which
Yeah.
one? The Goblin?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know. You got like a bunch of nice books.
All right, guys. Okay, let's do some chats here. We got Jade Tulsa in the house. We got King B 1998. We got Bed Avengers. Yes, prayers and thoughts goes out to people in Lahaina. And
Sure.
we got Kingdom Comics. And we got Bub's Comics. And we got that's welcome. We got 20 I think we got like about 29 people in the show, so we're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah. It's nice.
Thank you and welcome.
So David, what were you talking about prior to
Well, I was talking about Spider Boy, like how back when
yeah.
we started, we talked about Spider Gwen. We talked about Silk. We talked about Miles Morales. These are characters came out in 2014, 2015, so like 3-4 years right before we started this stream. And what I'm saying is people are just not realizing that there is some characters that just came out recently about 4-5 months ago that is worth having. People might bash it because they're saying I'm just going to use Spider Boy as an example. People are bashing Spider Boy. This character has no leg, this character has no future. But if you really read what this character and how he became, I guess, I guess a canon to Marvel Comics, he's a character to stay for a very long time. For a very long time. So a book is selling about $20 to $30 depending on the condition. And that is something that I have picked up at least about 3 to 4 copies and just put in my back, just like what I did with Miles Morales. And I gave some to few as an AOK to some people in the IG and YouTube community as well. So be on the lookout. Tosin is something that I think Marvel has checked to see if it sticks or not. But I think he's a great character to have. But you just need to have the right writer to really make his character work within that universe that he's in. There's another character that came out I think this week was Death of Venomverse. It's called I think it's called Venom Boy. It's a Japanese character that somehow he got infused with the symbiote, and I don't know if you really read. If you
you're just
read
trying to
that book,
diversify now a little bit more?
yeah, I mean it's a good character, but a writer can bash it or can lose it or have a downfall on the character or upside of the character depending how they're going to use that character within the storyline. But I see that Spider Boy along with Venom Boy, I think might have some future going down within the next 4-5 years.
I mean, the thing about it, it's hard to tell right now. I think we've been doing this long enough, and then I think all of us have seen patterns. So here's a lot of it just kind of depends on, I guess, just you taking a chance. Spider Gwen at one point was taking a chance. Miles Morales at one point was taking a chance. Jessica Cruz was also on the same conversation. She never really panned out.
Look at American Chavez though.
American Chavez was in the same conversation.
Crazy.
She came out during
if
one
you
movie.
really look at it, guys, how much? What's the buy-in? It's just a cover price. If you pre-order it, you can get less than the. You can get less than what the cover
but
price
you
is.
always want to get the highest ratio for that first appearance, right? That's kind of always been the thing, right?
Yeah, but when it comes to
You know what I mean?
Spider-Boy, there was no ratio. I mean, that was the good thing, along with Kid Venom. Thank you, Comics and Culture. Yeah, there is no ratio. I don't think there's any ratio for that Death of Venomverse number
No, I
two.
guess what I'm trying to say is that we've seen these things before, and a lot of it, some of it panned out, some of it didn't pan out. And I think we've all, I think the reason we were talking about this is because Alex got away from the spec game, I guess, is what we were kind of talking about. So Alex and all of us, I think Alex, I don't want to say, I don't want to talk for Alex, but I remember Alex and Master X kind of liked the older stuff even before. Like they were kind of always into the Bronze Age, Silver Age, Golden Age. I think Alex got into like a little bit more obscure stuff within the past couple of years that I don't think he ever talked about. You know, like Alex is talking about Schomburg, like he knows the guy. These past couple of years, like he's in love with this guy. Like how he
Same
used to
first
talk
name.
about,
We're
yeah,
related.
yeah, like he used to talk about Adam Hughes. You know, Adam Hughes was a huge thing, but I think when we were doing podcasts, a lot of the speculations was based on movies, like what was going to happen and stuff. And then, so even with the like, I think the last thing we speculated on back in 2019 was Champions, right? So it was the whole like Amadeus Cho, Miles Morales,
Miss Marvel.
who's Vision, yeah, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Viz, yeah, Viz.
Vision,
Is her name?
and then and it's just so funny that after a while, it actually came. It actually started, you know, Kate Bishop. So you know, so yeah, it was kind of just
The best
yeah.
one, Doom, I still use this today, and I was listening back to an old podcast. So if any of you guys want to listen to any of those old podcasts, I have them still, so I can just send you them. But David said on the channel, literally, what he said, what's Ultimate Fallout 4 going for right now? And he said $20.
Yeah,
And
at that
I
time.
remember Doom, you said, and I still use it to this day, and I give you credit every time I say it. Doom 143 says, look at what the kids are dressing up like for Halloween. So if kids start dressing up like Spider Boy, I better start buying some Spider Boy
couples.
You know, the con at that time, you could tell Miles was a huge thing, and Miles was huge. Deadpool was huge. You remember, like at the cons, a lot of Deadpools and stuff like that, and it's kind of nice to see they're finally doing the Deadpool Wolverine. I'm excited about that. And I think it's one of those movies I don't really care how it does, like whether it does good or what the spec. I'm just kind of stoked to actually. There's already books already connected to that you can tell are going up in price, like the first appearance of Deadpool versus Wolverine. So these books are already going up. But I just one of those, like I don't even care. Like I'm just super stoked that it's that's finally coming out. But yeah, no, pay attention to the cons, pay attention to the kids. Like Alex said, what they're dressing up, what they're doing, and that'll give you a really clue as to where I think the companies themselves starts moving the marketing and makes them, you know, more relevant and stuff like that. As far as
Kingdom Comics says right here that Spidey Boy will be featured in a video game. So
yeah, and but then that's also and I think it's always, I think this is another thing too. I think always betting on heroes versus villains is always a good way to go.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people speculate on villains a lot. Like who's the next villain? Who's the next villain? I think there are a couple of like key villains that you want to collect.
Oh yeah, Thanos. Collection. You want to get Thanos. You're fucking 8.0.
But did you want Thanos before Thanos though? Like, did you want him before that?
No, I still don't want him. But I'm saying that if
like Doctor Doom, I think was always like a staple, right?
He's a piece of shit. That's a fucking knockoff from fucking Iron Man.
Yeah, okay. That's not right. Yeah, no. But you know what I mean? I think it's always been better to collect heroes. YouTube. Like, what do you guys think about YouTube? Like, what do you guys saw the differences in the past? Like, so like I said, we used to do YouTube about 6-7 years ago. What have you guys seen that's different? Like, and is it better? I don't care if it's better or worse.
Everybody's going live now. There's no classic like comic hall nowadays, you know. Nobody cares about what books they have picked up. It's just more of going live and talking, and that's where you get the views. And if you want to get your channels monetized, then that's one way to do it, to get a viewership or to get subscribers. But there's pretty much nothing that really catches my attention of said haul videos. That's pretty much it. I mean, everything else is just pretty much, you know, promoting their channels for membership or for
You know what I was talking to Joe. I don't know if I was talking to Joker about this, but you know what we got so much shit for back in the day is a quote unquote sponsorship.
yeah.
We
Oh,
got so much crap for being sponsored by 789. By the
Jetpack.
way, just so you know, 789 9.2 crew it still works as a
Yeah, it still
discount code
works.
on
No
789.com. Yeah, if
We're
you go to
still sponsored.
if you go 789.com and you purchase a book and use the discount code 9.2 crew, it actually still works.
I
by
had
the
some
way.
good variants. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, they
Lord
do.
Lord Tapman said people are talking about books they don't own and not showing many books they do own.
No,
I think
that's
some-
that is so true. I think Lord Tamman has a point there. It's just more of, I think Kingdom Comic has said it's all about making money and self promotion nowadays. When it comes to the channels that I see, it's about, oh, join the membership, you'll get special
yeah.
perks, you'll be the first one to so and so. It's
Well, yeah,
I'm
but that's
sorry, dude.
that's
I haven't
Go
been
ahead.
on YouTube forever. What membership are you guys talking about?
No, I think Dave is talking more about like the bigger influencers. I'm talking more like we've always like the big influencers I get, they have their own thing, but I'm just talking about
All
like
right.
the community in general. Like what have you guys seen? So like when you guys were saying less hauls, like that was one thing that I saw less of was hauls. I know Alex is still doing them. I
Big
know
Crew's still killing it, man.
there's a lot of people that are still doing hauls. I'm not saying that they're gone, but I just remember there was a lot more.
I
Like
think it's probably
everybody
like a
kind of.
different generation.
when
They like
we
different likings in the YouTube community now.
Yeah,
And like
I
when
feel
we're
like
doing it.
I feel like the content has shifted a lot because it used to be all haul videos
The
or like some spec stuff, but now, I mean, I haven't watched a comic video since besides your guys in forever, but like I can't really make a haul video. Like I can't do what I was doing in 2017 because there's no shops by me having anything anymore. Like since COVID, I can't find anything. Just everything's different. So it's the hobby's gotten a lot less fun, and I would imagine it's been the same for a lot of other people.
Yeah, for me, it's just I did start seeing a lot of people go live, and it was funny. Like before, no one would show their face. Like it was kind of like this thing where
Yeah.
no one would show their face, and then after a while, like, and then now like everybody does it. Like I know that was one weird thing, and then now it's just a lot of like podcasts, people trying to bring out the specs. What's the latest, the newest spec that's coming out? But I did miss the hauls because honestly, like as a comic collector, that's how I learned to collect. Because I guess I was more visual. I was more of a
Yeah.
visual guy.
it was
So when
exciting to learn. Yeah.
yeah, and then it was kind of nice to see like when somebody got a book. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was kind of like that person's your friend, or just somebody that you knew. So like if Martian the Comic Hunter like got his quote unquote Grail, like I don't know if you guys know, but Alex just did a video. If you guys haven't watched it, you should watch it. But he
it's true. It's true
no,
story
it's,
too.
yeah, we were like bashing Alex that it's fake news, but basically like Alex found a Submariner #1 in a barn. I don't know if he found it or somebody else found it and contacted him, but like like these kind of stories that we used to hear, like it was kind of cool that we all could share it, and it wasn't through Instagram. And I think Instagram was another thing that really screwed up the community because it was so much easier
It's easy.
for us to just show a book. Like we didn't have to do a video and then download it. And like for me, I was one of those guys that I love to do editing and all that stuff. Try to make my videos a little bit more, I guess, more entertaining. Yeah, and then so I used to like doing all these things, but it takes a lot. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of time and stuff like that. So I could just like buy a book now and then just be like, boom. So I think Instagram took a lot. Yeah. How about you, Alex? You've been in a long time. You're up at 10K. What
So-
have you seen different, or what have you?
So a few of the things that I've done to grow my channel, because I want to do this. I want to keep growing the channel. And the first thing was, I remember there would be the comments every once in a while. Well, you already showed the book in the thumbnail. Like, I already know what you got. But people still click on the video to see this, hear the story, to find out how you got that, AF-15, or how you got that Amazing Spider-Man 14. And I remember, if you just put, if you don't have anything to bring them in or anything to make them want to click, they'll just pass by. A title is really important too. But the one thing that I haven't done yet is, a lot of people are doing like this is their thumbnail.
This is the one.
And they're crying like, did I make a bad decision?
Yeah.
Hey, come on now, don't talk shit about me. I did that a couple of times.
I have not. I know
You have
people.
to try whatever works or whatever. It's
Whatever
just
sells.
trial and error.
People like that, but I have not been able to do that. And then another thing that I've learned as well is, or that I did for just myself, was that I wasn't doing the 50 book hauls anymore, because that's how it always used to. Like, the more books, the better back in the day. I loved watching like Doom's like 50 book hauls. He'd show a stack this big on his thumbnail, but then just narrowing it down to the best 5 books, and then putting in the title. Like, I would, and Comicholics would always like bust my chops for it. Like, 5 books you need to buy right now, or 5 books that I'm buying right now. That's what I would always say. 5 books that I'm buying
That's been
right
a big
now.
thing on your channel, yeah.
Yeah.
That's I don't know about a series, but that's been an
Yeah, it's a
ongoing thing
series.
that you've done, and that's been hitting off really well, huh?
Yeah. People like to see like the 5 books I'm buying right now in all caps, like, now. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's just what I did. So anyways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it was all, I really do miss like the Lightning. I say his name all the time, Lightning 2288.
Yep.
When we were watching him, Omega Shenryuken, Master X, Freddy's, all these guys who were doing hauls. That was what I would watch. Mercenot, I would watch those videos while I was sitting in the parking lot of an LCS.
Yeah. No, for me, it was more about learning. Like, if you watch one person, you'll learn more about the Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, and then you watch somebody like Freddy's, and they have books like you never even knew about.
Cliffhanger.
Like, no ideas. Master X would always tell you first appearance of this and this. I think Master X was really good. I liked him because he had these first appearances in like books that you could find in the back issue bins. Like, you didn't even know, like, they might be minor keys, but it was kind of cool. Or like, learning about Spawn variants. Like these certain Spawn variants and stuff.
Before key collector. There's no key collector back then.
Yeah.
I think the knowledge that we used to drop back in the days was so much better. Like, I haven't seen now, but I think that's compared to the unboxings that people started doing towards the end when I got out of YouTube. Knowledge was the key, because that's how you kind of focus on what was out there, and you would see other people collecting what you would talk about, and you knew it was getting out there and people were learning at the same time. You were like showing cool books, collections, and people were learning. But I don't know about the unboxing stuff. I never got into that stuff.
So
yeah,
Freddie,
I think lately,
The comment of things here. We got the comic Martian the Comic Hunter. We got Poor Man's Comic. We got Comic Book Crackhead. Eats Me Sweats Comic. J.R. Ham. And Bob's Comic. I think he said, when was the last time you all searched Comic Hall? Hundreds of videos a week with new collectors hiding behind the cameras. Hell excited all about their dollar books. You all only talk about big time channel. Hey Bob, the thing is, it's wrong. I do check comic halls and see if I can subscribe to new channels and kind of support them in a way. But the thing is that I don't want to sound like a big headed or an ass, but I am gonna sound like an ass. But the thing is, after 7 years in watching so many videos, there's some videos that really catches my attention. If it's not, I would just kind of skip by it, or.
No. Like I said, the comic halls aren't done. I didn't say comic halls are done. What I said was that the YouTube was leaning more towards the
Unboxing?
No. I said more towards the like live streaming and stuff like that. Well, at least the group was in and stuff. Now, I'm not saying they're done. I've seen them, and I've seen a couple of them, and I've watched them. So I didn't say that they were done. I just was saying that you was just seeing the shift. I'm not saying it's a bad shift. I just wanted to know, what have you guys seen that was different from 7 years ago versus now? And 7 years ago, it was mostly everybody doing hauls. There are a couple of podcasts. The New York Warriors had a podcast, and I think TiVo had something going on. And I
there
think
was a
what is that guy?
Great Legend, and
Great
then
Legend had one at night and stuff like that. So
Blaster Stash It.
there were a couple of them out. It's just I just saying that you saw more of them. And as far as like hauls wise, you just not seeing.
Shout out to the New York Warriors, man. For the years and years that they've been doing their podcast and their gathering, they're still strong.
Yeah.
And
they extended it to auctions. They started doing well. They've always had auctions, but I think the auctions became stronger. I don't, and then everybody, like even not Kingdom Comics, but Joker started to do his own little thing that I was blessed to be part of with the East Meets West. So yeah, those guys are still going strong for real.
Yeah. So huge kudos to them for doing what they're doing after all these years in YouTube.
Yeah. No, I gotta get back. Sorry, Alex, what were you saying?
Well, I was going to ask Freddy's and like X, as guys who know obscure books or really cool ones. Like I feel like Freddy's, you could come to the town, you could come to my area, the Midwest, and you could go into a comic book shop and you'd be like, you've been going through these boxes for years, but you missed this, like, because we're looking for different things. So is there anything like what is one of your most memorable finds like in a comic book shop? Like I think of like those cliffhanger books that you have, like J. Scott Campbell's. I think like, what was the biggest book that you found? And then you think you still could find like big obscure books?
I don't know when's the last time I went to a comic book shop, but the last obscure book I found was, I got a couple of these Perillo. Have you guys seen this? It's Perillo's first art in any type of comic or book.
That's cool.
That's crazy.
It's from '97, and
it's so funny is I showed that, and Josh said that almost was his last comic cover too.
Really?
No.
It's cheating. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to the rest of the
compared to what he does now.
Shout out to Mr. Rig. Mr. Rig was the one that actually told me about this.
Rigor Mortis?
Yeah, Mr. Rigor Mortis. I still talk to him every now and then. That dude's cool as fuck. But
you know that he hasn't changed.
That book. Yeah, he's always got some great stuff. His collection's fucking amazing too. But yeah, it's always just hard to find rare shit. I got these books out of England, and
nice.
I got a couple copies. So you guys want to do a giveaway? I'll give one of these away if you guys want to do it. And
yeah, we actually have
tradition, like we always give shit away.
Yeah, no, of course. 9.2 tradition. We're gonna give stuff away. We're gonna give stuff away tonight too. I'm not too sure. I didn't even think of how we're gonna do it. I have the stack of books, and if Freddy's wants to give away some stuff, that's great.
I'll give this one away.
But yeah. So that's basically, if you didn't hear him, it's Perillo's very first cover that he's ever done, right? His very first art.
Yeah. First
art. So Perillo's very, very, and if you look at his stuff now, very different.
Extremely different from that.
Yeah, extremely different.
Hey Zach, Master X.
Yeah.
So what are the few books do you been kind of looking into?
I've been collecting a lot of just like Bronze and Silver Age. I've been more and more leaning towards like just Bronze and Silver keys that people aren't really paying attention to. I'm trying to get like more and more ASM keys. I'd like to get an ASM run at some point. I'm one issue away from having a complete Daredevil run. So yeah. I bought a bunch of Silver Age stuff at this shop recently. But yeah, I really try to just get good Bronze and Silver Age, either keys or like cool art or high grade stuff that I'm just like interested in, or I like the art. I do really well on eBay, man. Honestly, people hate on eBay, but if you're not really looking for books that are on like the hot 10 and all that stuff, and something comes up for auction, you can do really well on there. I think people would be surprised. So I've been like slowly kind of sniping away at books that I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to just for the PC. It's funny, I have my saved searches on eBay looked like my collecting habits in like 2017. Like I literally bought I bought a We Can Never Go Home #1, and that book came out in 2015, and I just now got one. And it's like I don't think anyone even knows what that is anymore.
Yeah, patience is key, right?
Yeah, it was like I still wanted it for whatever reason, and so I'm just kind of tracking down stuff that I would see in hauls back in the day, and it was kind of hot. I think people are moving just towards like major keys or what they're told to buy, but there is good books out there. I think people would be surprised, so that's what I've been into.
All right.
Yeah, no, for sure. If there's a lot of books that, I mean, just in general, I think, like I said, you've been in the game long enough, you can kind of recognize some patterns. And one of the patterns is patience. Depending on the book, one of the patterns is definitely patience. That was a huge thing. Like, you wait a couple years later. I remember, we used to talk about long-term specs and stuff. And when we said long-term, we meant like 5-10 years, And some people are like, it's too long. Like,
it paid off though. Look at all the books
it pays off. Like, it's just like, to me, that's what long-term means. When somebody's trying to sell me a stock and it's a long-term stock, you know what I mean? That's years and years and years. It's so, so there's a lot of books, I'm sure, if you know about, and if you kind of remember them, I'm sure you could search up.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting to me too is I think back when we were doing stuff, like variants were like the hot thing, and it was like top 100 variants and stuff like that. But I think Silver Age kind of like just had a huge boom around COVID. If you were listening to our podcast or like collecting stuff that we were into back in like 2016 to 2018, you're probably doing really well right now, because like all that stuff blew up. So I don't know. I just remember always seeing like variants and all that stuff on like the CBSI top 10 and all that stuff. And now it's like, if you look on Key Collector, any of that stuff, it's literally all Silver and Bronze Age books almost all the time that just go up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah. Variants was a huge thing for us. I remember we actually had a podcast called Variant Lives Matter.
Yeah. Remember how people used to hate on all the variants back in the days?
A lot of people
about them.
Yeah, I'm not hating on variants for the record, but I think it's interesting how things kind of shifted.
Yeah, and I think that's just how it is. The collection. I think variants is always still going to be a big thing, because at the end of the day, collecting is still about what people want, and then the scarcity of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think it's still going to be supply and demand. Is always going to be collecting. So it's still going to be, I think variants is still kind of always be a thing, whether you like it or not. I think, you know what I mean? I think what got a lot of crap on was the store variants.
Yeah.
That's what got a lot of, and I think we remember talking about that too. Like a lot of these store variants, I think, we were saying stuff like, don't count on these books being big. Sometimes one slips through, a couple of them. Didn't your boy just make one? Bryce Comics or something, Alex?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He had one, and then that had a lot of controversy behind it, apparently.
I enjoyed listening to David's podcast on that last week. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed his view of it, Kingdom Comics view on it. And then the opposite view was Hazel Dan. They were, like giving them the benefit of the doubt. The only thing that I will say about that is, I think whoever bought that $250 mystery box hit the lottery. Because of all this drama, they hit the lottery. You know, those 9.9, 10.0 Virgin covers were selling for, $3,000, and you paid $250 for it. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't complain about that at all. I'd be like,
$5 grand, Alex. $5 grand
yeah,
for
$5,000.
Well, what they were complaining about was that the art on the book was already had been used, and I guess the guy, I got to be honest, I don't really know too much about him. Bryce Comics, I guess apparently was told that this was a new Delato art. It's never been used, and then apparently it was used. So, so that caused it. But I mean, good for him. Sometimes bad press is. There's no such thing as bad
That's it.
press.
That's it. Bad. Yeah. No such thing as bad press, right?
Yeah, you're right. There's, I guess, in his sense, there's no such thing as bad press. So he kind of, he looked like he had to do a lot of apologizing and stuff like that, and he had to do a lot of research. But at the same time, I mean, some people kind of made out. So, and it's up to
my whole beef was, okay, do what you gotta do to promote your brand and everything, but I don't see anybody out there. I check Instagram, I check Facebook, I check YouTube. Nobody has claimed those big, huge prizes that he has guaranteed that will be in those 250 or 500 mystery box. Like AF-15 was one, Hawk 181. What was the other one? Was it one ASM 129?
Is it like McDonald's when they used to do the $1 million Monopoly?
Yeah, but I mean that's
and actually there was actually never a winner.
So I cannot comment. I cannot say that there was never those big, the grand prize in those mystery boxes. It's just that nobody came forward saying, because regardless if I'm not a YouTube member or IG, but everybody does Facebook, right? I'm pretty much thinking that everybody's in the social media, should have a Facebook or IG. Nobody came forward saying that they got that grand prize, and that's the one that kind of stirred my interest. Like, all right, you promote this mystery box saying that you get this grand prizes, AF-15, Hawk 181, but nobody really came out forward saying that I got that book Grail, I got that book, because
I mean, and there's a lot of people that buy books that don't do social media too, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
I know what you're saying. The chances are kind of hard that
wouldn't you want? I mean, regardless if you're not a social media guy, I mean, wouldn't you want to showcase that you have won that grand prize?
No, I get what you're saying.
And that was my only thing that kind of bothered me. Like, okay, do what you got to do with the variant, destroy one of the book, make it scarcity. But the thing is, who actually won or gotten those Grail books? And nobody came forward. And I mean, it's just strange that Bry would I don't know, keep their identity secret. But I mean, at least he could say like, oh yeah, somebody reached out and somebody actually won so and so and so. But there's none. There's absolutely no transparency when it comes to whoever won that grand prize.
Since we're talking about controversial stuff, I think something the 9.2 crew would have talking about if we kept going is a whatnot. So I don't know if you guys know what whatnot is, but I mean everybody. I don't think Freddy's. You're not too sure. Master X, you know what is whatnot?
I know what it is. I've never used it.
I think Golden State Comics uses that a lot.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great people that sell on it and stuff like that. But like, what do you guys think about whatnot as far as a selling platform? Is that what you were trying to get at?
The world, the 9.2 crew was not around to defend the world against whatnot.
No,
we failed the community.
Yeah, we definitely failed the community on that part. I think we would have came out hard, and I don't think we would have had anything against the site. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we'd have anything against the app or the site, but there was at some point I guess the bigger influencers that were selling on the thing were doing some shady stuff. They were getting like cutting the lines and stuff like that. This is all old news for people that already know this stuff that they already been talking about. But do any of you guys use whatnot? What do you think about whatnot? Like,
I tried whatnot. I went through the whole process of getting invited and going through their meeting and signing up for it. I did 4 shows. and I can tell you right now, the amount that I sold for, and for the amount that I actually acquired those books,
Oh,
I
he's not on
ended up
Whatnot?
losing money. It end up losing money. I mean, it's a great format going live. It's not like eBay. It's people are there in your room bidding on the books. You get to interact with them, and you can see live chat. I like how we are live now. It's a great format. It's a great tool, but it's just to a point where I can't keep doing this to grow my channel and lose money at the same time. A lot of people are saying that you have to be consistent, you have to be there each week, twice a week, grow your channel, have a people following. But is how much of those books that I'm selling do I need to lose out on? And when it comes to the dollar, I guess we're talking about money. I'm losing money. Like if I'm selling my books for $30, I bought that book for 50. I'm losing $20 on top of their 13% fee. And so it's like, do I really need to lose average about $60 to $100 every show that I do each week in order to get followers, and maybe hope that I will become their influencers to get like 100 people in my thing and actually sell the book for what is going on the GPA? And I tried it, and I said, no, this is it's a great tool and everything. Whoever's selling and making money, hey, kudos to you guys. But to me, I was not able to find that golden star, that what they were promised, what I was promised, you know. So with that,
You did it 4 times?
I did it 4 times. I mean, I made about $1,200, but I sold at least about $1,700 of comic books that I paid out of my pocket, but I sold it for 1,200. So I lose out 500.
God
Plus, I
damn.
lose out. I gotta give their 13 to 14% fee for the books that I sold.
Well, you know what? Like any social media platform, I think being on it consistently, being entertaining, having knowledge, I think that's always going to be the key. So, I mean, sometimes it takes money to make money if that's what you're trying to do. So,
Yeah,
I mean, as far as like like
full
Whatnot,
time
like
job and fucking pays for good.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So if you're not going to be one of those people that do it, you can't really expect, I think,
Okay.
much out of it. You know what I mean? You got to just
David
use the
went
avenue.
David went on there thinking it was Comic Tom and stuff, trying to sell a lot of shit.
I just didn't understand. So there's a few things I didn't understand. One, why there was people who had very successful Instagram sales or very successful YouTube sales with, say 100 people in the sale, and then they would completely abandon that to go to a brand new format. Well, I understand there's benefits to doing that, but there's no seller's fees. We've all sold books on YouTube or Instagram, and we do the work. We write out the people's address, we write out the people's our return address and whatever. There's fees with. I just don't know why they would abandon their 10,000, 20,000 subscribers on YouTube to go sell to 15 people on Whatnot. It didn't make sense to me, and I know it's a growing platform. The two things that bug me every single time when I log on to Whatnot, I give it a chance a lot, and I log on and I'm like, okay, Silver Age comics, this guy's selling Silver Age comics, and I pull it up and it's a 2005 X-Men book, and I'm like, I was like, you're advertising Silver Age, and I jump on and it's a 2005 X-Men book. Like, what's going on here? But I will call, I always put in the chat, and I don't know if they'd see it. They never say they see it. I probably just get blocked right away, but they're like, oh my gosh, this is 10 seconds left. You guys are stealing this book right now. It's only going for $60. And like online, I'm like, that book just sold yesterday for $40 in a similar grade.
That was
That
the
literally
craziest thing
sold.
to me on Whatnot. That was the craziest thing to me on Whatnot. So I don't know if you knew you could do this, but while you had the Whatnot app on, you could actually like swipe up, and the Whatnot would still be on your phone, and you could go to eBay at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, right? So
Yeah,
you could multitask on your phone while the Whatnot, and like people were paying like some crazy numbers for these
but
books.
they're stealing.
And
You're still stealing it.
yeah. But if you look at the eBay prices, I'm all like, it's just like, oh, I might as well just go on eBay and buy it over there. And then, yeah, I guess there was a hype man. And I think some people were saying that you could buy stuff from like, I guess a buyer that you liked or whatever, or support the buyer, I guess, however you want to phrase it. But yeah, that was the funniest thing to me, was exactly what you said. Like, just how they were wording it. You're stealing this thing's going. And then sometimes they would even get mad, right? They would be like, I can't keep on giving these things away for free, man. Stuff like that. And I'm just like, they're really good salespeople. You got to admit, some of these
You
people
know what's
are
crazy
really,
though? Regardless what app or what they use, I think eBay still is always going to be the all-time favorite for the price on current books right now. No
Yeah.
matter
True.
what happens, everybody
True.
goes to eBay to see what the books are going for, what they're selling for, and I think that's like the most accurate way to find your prices. I don't know how this whatnot works, but I think every time anybody looks for a book, they go and they check eBay sales, see how much he sold for at auction, see what they're selling for, buy now, and that's how they kind of put a price on these books.
I agree.
yeah, no, for real. I mean, but what, the only thing, my big beef I had was just the whatnot, the bigger influencers would, I don't know, they were like cutting lines, getting these specialized books, and then putting them back, and then not really giving the people that were in line like a chance. This was during the whole COVID time, so I think I kind of wish we had a 9.2 crew during COVID, because like things were kind of crazy during that time. Some of it was good. A lot of people's books went up in value.
No,
If
yeah,
you sold during that time, I mean, you did really well. You
there's
did
a lot of money to make.
There was a lot of money to make. It did exceptionally well. If you just got into the market during that time, I think unfortunately maybe some of you probably got burnt, or or you just have to wait it out again. If you're a new collector, you kind of just have to wait till that value. It's kind of like you went into the stock market and you bought at the high, and then it started to drop down slowly. So you kind of either, what do? You buy more of the same book and wait till the value creeps back up. Go ahead, X. Were you saying something?
No. Go ahead.
He just farted.
No, I got it. So I'll show you guys a couple of things I picked up in the past 4 years. I was asking these guys. We haven't really seen each other, and then of course I watched.
Are we coming to an end?
No. But I mean,
I thought we was gonna do this like towards the end of our stream.
well, what you got then? What you want
It
to talk
should have
about?
ended like 30 minutes ago.
It's over an hour, David.
Yeah, it's been over now. What do you want to talk about, David?
No, I'm just saying. Well, do we have any spec? We're known to speculate, and that's what we did. We speculated. We talked about. Hey, these are the books that, or the characters that you might be want to get, and I honestly I miss those because there's not many speculating videos out there.
Don't tell me there's no speculating videos, bro.
There's none.
Don't you dare say that.
No. Honestly,
it's
did you
so
watch
much-
Did you watch any of the YouTube? Is there speculating is mostly on
what?
movie.
There's
Are you saying-
there's something they already know?
Oh, you
David,
say
I
something
think what
Been
that's-
on movies though.
I think what David's saying is it's more reactionary now. Or I
Yeah.
think what he's seeing is there's a lot of reaction to this is hot now because of this.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Alex. Like Dazzler. Oh, maybe that whatchamacallit, that singer might be a cameo coming as a Dazzler. So pick up your Dazzler.
Okay, that was an old spec.
That's
though.
not
That was an
fucking
old spec.
speculating.
That Taylor Swift thing was old news.
Yeah,
That
but
Taylor-
what,
so this is the thing. This is the thing. A lot of comic people have short-term memories, right? Even myself, when I first started doing it, I have short-term memory. I would hear about this, and then after that, it would die out. I still think X23 is super big. I honestly think X23 is still huge. Like the fact that people aren't buying the X23 is. I'm not saying nobody's buying it. Sorry, I take that back. But I'm still thinking
dude, that
X23
book
is
just
huge.
went up in price to like it was about
No, I know.
1,000 to 1.
But what happened? So the movie came out, right? The whole Logan movie came out. The book went up, and then nothing came up. The book started to going down. COVID happened. Blah blah blah. I think if COVID didn't happen, I don't know where the price of the books would be right now. I'm sure we would have been on a still going down if it wasn't for COVID, or or just kind of plateauing and stuff like that. I think X23 is still a huge thing. I think it's still a huge buy, and it might even still happen too. It could still happen. You know what I mean?
Erod just picked up a 9.8 or something like that. He just got a 9.8 NYX3.
Nice.
I saw it on a short form video.
That's nice.
I still think I still think X23. I mean, but as far as like future specs, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done it.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? If you guys want to talk about, everybody knows this character. You can pick up his 9.8. I think that's for probably in like $450 to $500. But he just came back, and it's Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse is a great character that people are overlooking. And when I totally believe that when you guys talk about movie spec, that when MCU does some type of a mutant or X-Men type of thing, I'm telling you, Apocalypse is going to be huge. It's going to be
and it's going to be huge, and then it's going to go back down again.
No, but that's the whole thing. Is that right now? Okay,
so you're saying buy it now? You're saying buy it now?
Yeah, buy now. Buy that fucking 9.8 for $450 to $500. If if you have to pimp out your wife, to go do it to get this book.
Kingdom Comics. Kingdom Comics made a small remark. To be honest with you, I had no idea about Ahsoka Tano. When Ashoka Tano, whatever. This is how I found out about Ashoka Tano. I was in a comic shop digging through books, okay? And some guy goes, "Did you hear? I don't even know who this was. So and so said that the Clone series is now canon." Yeah. Right? So I didn't know nothing about Star Wars. I didn't even know what the hell this Clone series is. So the guy goes, "Oh, did you guys hear that so and so confirmed that the Clone series is canon?" And then so I'm listening, right? Because I'm in a small comic shop. There's only 3 people. And he goes, "So there's a book out there, and I forget what it's called, Star Wars Clone, fucking whatever bullshit. There's a variant that they only made 100 of, and it's the first appearance of Ahsoka Tano, or Ahsoka Tano, however you pronounce it correctly." And then I was all like, "So who's that?" And they're like, "This is the person that studied under Anakin Skywalker. So she's kind of like a big deal." So he said, "You could pick these books up, and they're on eBay. And if you can find them for under $100, he said, I recommend buying it. It's a variant." So I bought 2 of these variants for under $100 because, it's just something that I heard about. I was like, I'll just take the Clone Wars. Thank you. I figured I'd take the chance. I bought them for $100. I think I bought one at 80 and then one at 100. And then that's basically what I did. So that's the only reason. So the reason I threw the Ahsoka Tano book on the ground is I didn't even really know what I had. This is right in the heart of me, like collecting. And if somebody had a spec, like David's talking right now, I would go run out and find an X Factor or whatever it is, or Apocalypse, or you know what I mean? I'd go run out and go buy this book. As far as like where I am now collecting wise, I think like speculation. I think you can still do the movies things, but you can kind of see I don't know what happened to the Marvel movies. Like I think I don't know if it's fading off. People are not liking it. Are they over it? I'm not too sure what's going on. I think DC's on their own thing. I hope they recover. But as far as Marvel, it seems like kind of people are, I don't know. Do you feel like people are out of it? Like, it's kind of going like people are over superhero movies, like not us, just the general public. Because it wasn't like the Thor didn't do well. Didn't the what was the last movie that just came out?
Ant-Man, Quantum Mania didn't do well. Guardians of the Galaxy did.
Guardians of the Galaxy, but they had that formula that I feel like changed a lot of. When they started integrating the music with the battle scene. They started doing that. They started playing the older music that all generations could love. And, and then I think what made it huge, I think most people didn't even know who they were. So expectations are low, like, let's be honest. I don't know, maybe you guys can say, but I didn't know who the hell Star-Lord was. I didn't know who Gamora was. I didn't know who Nebula was. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm being real. I didn't know who Drax was, right? But So my expectations are low. All I know is a Marvel movie. And when that scene came out, and then he's over there singing in the cave with the alien, and then the whole garden, all of that. Was it James Gunn? Um, when all of that, I was like, oh my god, this is like my favorite MCU movie. So I think they've always kept a good formula and they've been successful with it. And you've seen that actually in other superhero movies. But yeah, it seems like, so you think superhero movies is still a huge thing, Dave? Like you still think, not us, not us, but do you think the general public is still in it? Like they're still.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my wife still likes to go watch MCU movie, and then she's not into comics. She just like the fact that it's fun, it's entertaining. She doesn't know about multiverse, how everything connects. I mean, she would ask me like, "Why was that funny? I mean, why is that so important?" And I have to tell her like, "God damn it, go watch the fucking End Game, and talk to me about it. You can ask me then." But
This is why you were married 3 times, by the way.
yeah, I know, I
Just
know.
FYI.
Yeah.
Because this is how you talk to your wife.
Yeah. But the thing is that when I said, "Hey, there's a Marvel movie, you want to go see it?" She goes, "Yeah, hell yeah." Because all the movies that she have seen when it comes to superheroes, she was entertained. I think that's the bottom key, is that as us as a collector, we can get really nitpicky about the storyline. Oh, why are they using a black man for a white man character? Who the fuck cares? I mean, long if you're entertained for the 2 hours you're in the theater and you got your money's worth, that's all it is. And don't and the critics are the worst people to fucking listen to, because they're only going for that certain element when it comes to theatrical releases, acting, storyline, so on.
Did you guys watch the Flash movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
loved it.
I heard it was good.
It
Same.
was
That's so
good.
good.
Yeah,
The
but I heard
CGI
it got a lot of
good.
I heard it got a lot of crap. But I heard it was good though.
Well, the only reason they got crap because they got the child molester on the fucking screen as
Oh,
the
yeah.
star of the damn movie.
Did
Yeah.
he like smoke ice on the Big Island too or something?
What?
Didn't he get busted for smoking ice?
Yeah, I mean, the dude is a fucking. I'm going to talk about optic. If you want a good thing, you need to have a good optic. That is something that I do not have. I don't have good optic. But what I'm saying is, if you want to make a good movie, get an actor that has no drama. I mean, let's talk about optic. This guy Wander Franco, he's a shortstop for fucking Tampa Bay Rays. He happens. I mean, people are collecting him. He's been here for the past 3 years. He's a superstar. But now found out that he's been dating a fucking 16-year-old. He's been banging and dating a 16-year-old. So everybody says, I mean, the optic itself right there is just kind of ruins it. It's the same thing that what happened to the Flash.
Look at Kobe Bryant, bro. Kobe Bryant was 21 when he was with that girl. She was 16.
Yeah, but that was
It just happens, bro.
that was a freaking high school sweetheart.
21 and 16. How you
21 and
become a high
16
school?
is not high
That's not a high
school
school
sweetheart.
sweetheart, bro.
It's called statutory
As a
rape.
as an
allegedly.
intermediate sweetheart.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, wait, so he was 21, she was 16.
Yeah. Yes, sir. There's a bunch of them, man. There's tons of these people out there.
Look at Bub's comic over here flexing. He's flexing over here.
When I was 12.
But what I'm saying is that the Flash movie itself, it was really well done. I like the storyline of it, but it's just that it crashed because of the optic of Ezra Miller. Nobody.
Well, anyway, if you want to talk speculation, I still think that the new Avengers is still a thing. I think all of these young characters, and you can kind of see it already being done, right? Thor introduced the girl, Scarlet Witch introduced the 2 kids, Hawkeye introduced Kate. You know what I mean? We got Riri Williams, we got Kamala Khan. So this whole new Avengers thing is still going to happen. So if these books are still you're still able to grab some of these books, I think that's basically the way to go. I think there's still going to be money to be made with Peter Parker, but I think going forward, Miles is going to play a huge role. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think Hawkeye is still a thing, but I think Kate Bishop is a thing going forward, and that's what I see. Now, whether they do it on Disney Plus or whether they do it on the big screen, I don't know. I think eventually it happens. I haven't finished the Secret Wars thing yet, as far as the show, so I don't know how it'll affect the MCU. Alex is shaking his head. No good stuff.
I couldn't get past the first episode, so I don't know.
What? That's the fucking greatest show ever in fucking Disney Plus, Alex.
That or Moon Knight. I couldn't do Moon Knight either.
I couldn't do Moonlight. That was a bullshit. Once I seen the hippo, I said, I'm done.
Same. That's exactly when I fell off too. When that hippo came on, I was done.
Yeah.
You guys didn't like the
Secret Wars
Bloodstone one?
pretty. It's not bad. It's not.
Bloodstone was
bad.
cool. Yeah.
That was a good one, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Too better book tank after that fucking movie.
Yeah. But I like that one. Wasn't that like a one-shot type deal, Freddy's?
Yeah, it was like a short movie. It was on like 35, 45 minutes. It was a good one though.
What, Moon Knight?
No. Bloodstone.
Man Thing.
Blade is still Blade is still going to be a thing, right? I mean, there's, I don't know, David. I don't know what spec you want to talk about, but it's going to be all movie based, and everything you can kind of, if you watch the movies, you can kind of see it all happening. Now, what direction they take it to and what they're going to do with it, you know. Obviously, X-Men. It would be cool to see the X-Men and the Avengers together. I don't think they do a new Avengers versus X-Men. You know, like it. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. You know,
I think it'd be cool to see like the Wolverine kids, man. Like all the daughters, like Honey Badger and X-23, and what's the other dude's name? Drake. What's Draken?
Dawkins.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They should do
Bisexual
something with that. You know, Honey Badger's still a good spec.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of
into freaking those kind of things. I mean, he likes both, right? Isn't he a bi guy?
Nah.
Like he likes he likes the popsicle, and sometimes he'll go for clams.
Yes, Dave. Yes, Dave. Welcome back to the 9.2 crew, everybody.
Hey, thank you.
That's what made the 9.2 crew the 9.2 crew.
Yeah, these random stuff. But yeah, no, if you're talking about spec, I think you can kind of see it. The new Avengers, I think, is still going to be a thing. I think the champions, all these people on the champions, I think that's going to be a thing. So,
dude, that Alex Ross, that champion,
yeah,
that has dropped significant. It's like selling for like $350 now. That shit was about.
Pick it up. I love it.
That shit was selling for about $900 to $1,000 during the COVID.
Yeah, that's a great book.
But I do remember buying it at $100 and thinking that was a lot.
Yeah, I passed on it for months at $100, and it sold, and then I was regretting it.
Yeah. So my spec is Apocalypse, and I think
it's going to be a horrible spec from you as usual. So
no more Rogue. You're not into Rogue? Yeah.
Man, I tell you, she's a hottie, man.
Yeah,
but
she's a
Rogue can take a rest for
Are you chasing any specs, Master X? No, right? You're out of that.
No, he's chasing something else which he cannot be talking about.
No, I don't really have any like new specs that people aren't really looking at. I think there's just a lot of good old books out there that everyone knows about, and if you just grab one and sit on it, you'll do great. I think a lot of people are chasing the next new thing, but there's just so much money to be made on books that people always want, like Iron Man 1. I mean, that's a super affordable book. You can pick up a copy, and I bet you it'll be worth a lot more than what you paid for it in 5 years.
Yeah, I think I think what Alex is saying, I think is a good way to go. I think, David said there's nobody talking about specs. Honestly, right now, I think, and maybe this is just my mentality, but I think going back to foundational books is where it's at.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back to like X's Wall, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, that's a good, that's a good foundation. I think that's where people should be looking at right now. But like I said, I do understand if people are having a hard time because the prices have gone up quite a lot. Like,
not really, not the books we're talking about.
What are you talking about? Yes, they have.
ASM 50
X Factor 6. That's only like $400 book on a 9.8, and also with
you know how much X Factor 6 you can find in the back issue bins, bro.
Yeah,
people don't have $400 laying around, David.
$5 to $10.
See, there you go, $5 to $10. Fuck, I think you guys can stop smoking a pack of cigarettes to get that.
No, right? I'm saying you could find it. But where that book sells now, I have no idea. But I'm saying if you're having a hard time paying these new prices, I get it. But I think foundational books, um, you know, yeah, it's saying grab it and sit on it. Exactly.
I
think they
mean,
still
not
know how to
literally
read,
sit on
though.
it. I mean, just mean just grabbing it, put
I
it in your
mean,
box.
if you want an affordable book, and I'm just picking it out because I'm looking at my wall, but Next Men 21, that book should be worth way, way, way more. You can buy a high grade
Yeah,
copy for $100.
leave my Hellboy out of this.
You know
But
what's
I
another
mean,
great book to get? DC Presents 26.
yeah,
Still a good book to get. I agree.
It's fucking cheap as hell too for raw copy and a very fine. I mean, you can pay. You spend like $30 for it, 35,
Yeah,
40 bucks.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that want to play the spec game, and I think it's really easy if you watch the movies. You already know what's coming up, what to buy, and it's all these new characters. Not every single new one, but you can kind of tell where they're gearing. Actually, you know what? Hold on, I have a comic. You guys talk amongst yourself.
Here's a curveball when it comes to spec. You know, Asians are coming to MCU, right? If that's the case, you gotta pick up Taeguki. It's a Korean superhero. I think he's on a Taskmaster number 3. If you get the 125, that's the variant is the one that kind of
Okay, here you go.
a lot of
Here
money.
you go. I'm gonna show you a book, and then you guys can add Spider-Gwen to this. Okay, who's ever on this, buy it. There you go. You have the question, who to buy? There you go. Take a look at this. Take a screenshot. Buy their first appearances. You'll be fine. You got A15, Ultimate Fallout 4. I don't know. So here, there you go. You got it? There you go. That's my answer. Okay, done.
Do you think those are books to get for the future, though?
Yeah, if you want to spec. But what I'm saying is, I think Alex's way of collecting, and I don't mind the people buying the variants because we used to be those guys. So buy what you want. But I think right now the way to go, I think, is getting those foundational books. It's always been the way to go. I think. Yeah, actually, I take that back. I think foundational books has always been the way to go. But I think that you can find a lot of great stuff right now at great prices.
I like what Big E's is saying too, and this is what I did during COVID as well. So I took 5 big books and I turned it into one even bigger book. Like I love hustling your way up to the next like big book. So Doom, you would always say on the old chats, one of your kind of Grail books, like if you sold everything, what would you get? And you would say a low grade, complete, universal blue label Batman #1.
Yeah.
And
Still.
so I was looking at the big books and I was like, what one book is still attainable, but is still just like a monster in the hobby? And it was Wonder Woman. And so I got All-Star 8. I got rid of a bunch of other books and got All-Star 8 because it's always been Batman, Superman are just untouchable. And Wonder Woman is, you can still get a Wonder Woman for under $100,000. So I was like, what can I get? And that's the one that I chose. And I just like what he's saying, just moving big books to get big books. So I would say too, if you had, just for an example, if you had 5 copies of X Factor 6, like David saying, first appearance of Apocalypse, what can you get? Could you get a Gambit for that? Could you get a Cable for that? Could you get a first appearance of Deadpool for that? If you could take those 5 copies of Apocalypse and turn it into a Deadpool, that's better. Wouldn't you rather have a Deadpool than an Apocalypse?
Yeah, for sure.
And then if you had 5 Deadpools, you might be able to get a giant size X-Men #1. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. So just keep moving, taking those 5 books chunks and then moving up to the next one.
Yeah, I think what I realized as I started collecting and then downsizing and collecting, downsizing, I think like kind of like what X has, kind of like some of the books I still have in my storage unit, is like if you can get it down to this collection where like every book makes you happy, that's hard to do. Like every single book you're stoked about, I think that is where you can really, really benefit as far as like a comic collector. And at the end of the day, I mean, collect what you like. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. This is what David likes, so this is David's thing. So this is, and this is that David likes. So he's going to get 5 of those, and then
turn him into a front-facing girl.
Front-facing girl. He's going to get 5 of those. Turn it to a back-facing girl. But it is hard. It's hard to not want to the FOMO. The FOMO still can be real for a lot of people. I think for me, not that bad.
Yeah, that's Mandy, bro. Nice cover, bro. That's Mandy.
All right, you know what? Let's I don't know how we're gonna do this contest.
Yeah, let me just show my 5 books already.
No, I know, but let's do a contest first. What can we do? Let me throw in this book too while I'm at it, since I already showed it.
$5 book fine.
Wait, hold on.
Oh no shit! $5?
$5, Brody.
Oh,
Hold on.
Not bad.
We gotta do a contest.
Oh, hold on. I'm not ready yet.
We gotta do a contest. You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
Hey. Arriba.
You know what
There
that
you go.
sound means.
If you could guess David's penis size, he agrees that's it. You get this one. Put it on the chat. Go, David. Whoever you think, fucking just let me know, and I'll fucking shoot him this book right now.
Wait. So are we measuring from the balls up or from the stem?
The answer is 2. Whoever types in 2 the quickest.
Whoever fucking types it in, David agrees, I'll fucking ship it to him ASAP.
And no, it's not Dove a figure, okay?
Yeah, we know that. 2. Okay, it's BLC. BLC wins, right?
David, that's a good one.
David.
Yeah, this is a newsstand too.
BLC wins, right?
One.
Yeah, BLC. Wait,
does he win?
Poor man's coming -2. Yeah, that's after taking a cold shower. $1. Yeah, Jay Salsa got it.
All right. Shoot over the info to Doom. I'll ship it over to you guys.
Go.
Jay Salsa, you're the winner of the grand prize for Perillo's first ever printed art.
All right. So here, so before we leave, Jay Salsa, hit me up on Instagram.
Zoom. I'll ship it to you.
Okay.
Congrats.
So let's go around. You guys ready?
Yep.
So what I want to do is I want to go around the room, show at least 1 or 2 comics that you guys got within the past 4 years that you guys are super stoked about. So I'll start with myself. Let me see if I know how to do this. All right. So I finally got this book that I've been wanting to get for a long, long time. And then actually 2 of them. So this is the first one. I finally got this.
Nice.
The Vampirella and the Scarlet Legion. This J. Scott Campbell book. I don't know why this thing was so hard. I don't know why this was so hard to find. It was only, I think, a 1 in 25, but it just literally like took me forever to find this book. Finally got it graded, but I could not find it. And then the next book that I picked up was this one, and I'm super stoked. Is the Batman RRP.
Nice.
So those are the 2 big books that I picked up within the past.
Congrats.
Thank you. Within the past couple years. Freddy's, we'll go to you now. Hold on, real quick. It doesn't have to be a comic, but what have you picked up within the past? I mean, we haven't seen each other in 4 years. So
I did pick up some books, but
who's ready? David? I'll go to David.
Yeah, the lighting is bad in here.
All right.
Why does David look like he's in a boys' home? Okay, go ahead.
Found it in a what's that?
Like a detention center?
Bought it for $4.99.
Right?
And,
Master X, doesn't that look like a detention center?
No
Sorry,
comment.
Go ahead, David. $4.99.
Back 98. I think the last time, Money Mel V, he has texted me that he sold this for $900 on his last time on his YouTube's auction. And I've always wanted one of my favorite Adam Hughes cover. Came in a newsstand. Really, really stoked to get this in my collection. got it for I think I got this for like 80 something with shipping came up to $100. That's it. And also my favorite, Mandy. Yes, honey. Right there.
You just picked those up.
I just picked this up just for the sake of the cover. I mean, how can you not like that cover?
All right, Freddy's, what you got?
My turn. All right. I got this one right here.
Ooh.
Only I
That's a
believe it's
fucking post,
only
buddy.
90 were printed. I'm sorry.
9-0.
Yeah, only 90 of these were printed. So 1 out of 200. G.I. Joe. I got actually 2 of them in the 9.8.
That's
I got
sweet.
this one, and then this one was hard to find, but I was actually able to find 2 of them. I got one in a dollar fine box, and then the other one, I found it at my local comic book shop for $40, a 9.4. Easy to find.
Wait, you had those this whole time?
No, I just
Oh,
got them. I
man.
literally just got them. But I did get this from Mr. Riggs that I fucking love.
Dang. Okay.
That's a nice one.
But yeah, no, I picked them up, bro. I actually got them cheap. I got one of these Vampirilla books. I actually did get it for $50. And
Yeah,
I got it graded to a
at
9.4.
one point it was so hard to get, and then all of a sudden they started popping up. I don't know why, but anyway.
Dude, that G.I. Joe fucking variant is fucking
Hey, I got another one if you're
banger
interested.
right there, bro.
Hey,
If
Master
you're
X, you
interested.
wanted to show anything you got within the past 4 years?
Yeah,
At least-
I got a couple books. I was just
Yeah.
grabbing stuff that's around me.
Let's see it.
I don't know how to flip this, so just let me know if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
so I bought this. I just want to show it because it's kind of obscure. I bought this during COVID, but this is a Signature Series 9.8 newsstand. There was only like 5 when I bought it on the census. So I thought that was kind of cool. I just had it laying around. I always wanted this. I picked this up. This first Damian Wayne. This is the 1 in 10.
That's
It's
a
a
good spec.
9.8 signed by Andy Kubert.
There, Dave. Good spec right there. Good
Yeah,
spec.
this is a great spec.
I
So
saw it
That's awesome.
online.
that was a good book. And then I got this.
Nice. I
kind
can
of
see it.
a sentimental book for me. I got a really good deal on this. It was at a store, and they have this is I think this is 2020. They had $1,000 on it, and it was I think their 38th anniversary, and so it was 38% off any one item, and I picked this as my one item. So picked
That's
that up.
awesome.
But
Congrats.
thank you, I appreciate that. I only need 7. That's all I need.
And then Alex, let's see the book we got from the barn.
So, okay, I'm not going to show that. I'm not going to show that.
The fake news book.
But I will
by the
show.
way, guys, make sure you guys watch Alex's latest video.
So
It's a good story.
this one, believe it or not, I got it for free. This is New York's World's Fair Comics number 2 from 1940. It's the first cover appearance of Superman, Batman, and Robin on the same cover.
That's
Whoa,
great.
whoa, 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 whoa! You got to say a story now.
Yeah.
How'd you get it for free?
So I went into STL Comics, and they in St. Louis, and I said, "Oh, what's that?" You know, because I noticed that it was on like laying on top of their cabinet behind the desk, and they said it's in such low grade that we're going to throw it out in like the $1 or $2 bin.
What?
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I'll take it. I'll buy it. Like for you, you know, you can have it. So I was like, all right.
Did they not know what it was?
Well, he said, if I ever sell it to give after I did my video, he said, if you ever sell that thing, give me first crack. So yeah, I appreciate that. That was a pretty big deal, but it's pretty beat. I mean, it's pretty beat, but so what I did for like a really, really beat down comic is I put it in a poly bag and kind of made my own bag. So I like, you know, made sure that it was pretty tight in there. So it's not going to move around in this larger bag. And then I put it in a Mylar CGC bag and then just folded it over. So it's not going to move in here. And so that was
Wait,
really
is that a blood stain? Was that book rolled up to beat up someone?
I don't maybe.
It's
Probably.
1940. It probably
Yeah,
was.
probably 1940.
Yeah, 1940.
Keep
Beat it
people
with-
in line, I would assume. And then this one was one of the best finds ever. So I was with my kids in Indianapolis, and we went into an antique mall, and so I saw all these racks of pulp magazines. And then my son walked around the corner. He's like, "Hey, Dad, there's more over here." And so my son found this one, which is Amazing Stories from August of 1928. And this is the first appearance of Buck Rogers. And this was like $18. And it's easily like $1,000 book in this condition.
Oh shit.
And you know what's cool is
Buck
that you found
Rogers.
that with your son too. So you
Yeah,
kinda
and he was the one. I'll give him credit. My second oldest, he was the one that found this one on the wall, and he was like, "Hey, there's more over here. Look at these." You know,
So when you sell it, does he get all the money or?
this one feels like
Gonna
a
stay?
keeper.
Yeah, it's a
I
nice
would not
cover.
sell that.
That's a
I've never-
nice cover.
Yeah,
Alex probably beat his kid with the other book prior. That's what
Yeah.
the bloodstain is from.
yeah. It's from 1940, so you got to use it to keep them in check. You know.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, just some pretty cool ones. But that's what like you can build an amazing collection if you just go out there and go crazy. Just go like anywhere and hunt.
It's good to know that books are still out there.
Mm-hmm.
You would think after a while, but it's good to know that books are still out. You just got to make that time.
I got so much crap for that book, that $18 Buck Rogers book, because people were like, "You stole from that. You robbed that
People
guy."
hating.
No.
No.
And it
No.
was an antique mall. It was an
No.
antique mall, and I'm like,
No.
I have no negotiation with an antique dealer.
No.
You ever
Yeah.
heard of the story of that Edgar Church
Oh yeah,
comic
yeah.
collection? He paid $1,800. There was a Superman 1 in there. There was all sorts of books. I think it's valued at over 50 million.
Mm-hmm.
Paid $1,800 for the collection of 1,800 books.
That's craziness.
Yeah, I remember I got something like that for a book too, and I told them I was putting in the chat. It's not my job to price these books out.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not my job. My job is not to price these books out for these people. You know, if you got a book in there and it's at $1, and I know it's worth X amount, I'm gonna give you the $1. You know, if I want to be nice, I'll give you $2. You know, it's
So
not my job.
One thing that I've used for a long time is the analogy of a salt and pepper. Like, so if your grandparents collected salt and pepper shakers and you inherited that, like to me, like say you had a whole room full of salt and pepper boxes there, and they collected their whole life, boxes and boxes up to the ceiling of the salt and pepper shakers. And it's like, I don't have room to store this stuff. Like I got I got grandpa's flag from the war. I got grandma's, sewing kit or whatever was special to her. And I don't want their collection of salt and pepper shakers. This means nothing to me. So for me, I would set out the salt and pepper shakers on a table for $5 a piece, $5 a pair. When somebody could come along, I've actually met a salt and pepper shaker collector. But to me, it's $5 a pair. For them, it's like, that's the German crystal Swarovski salt and pepper shaker from 1934. Like, that's a $5,000 salt and pepper shaker. I don't care. It's $5 on the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people like that inherit large comic book or magazines.
Yes.
It's paper. It's in their way. It's deteriorating. They don't want this crap in their house. So if they sell it for $18 a piece, they're happy.
Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't have picked it up, somebody would have picked it up for $18.
That's what.
Yeah, Master X
Better
would have.
you.
Master X would have. That's who would have picked it up. Here's the
Rogue
thing.
121. It's Rogue 121's territory that I was in.
Yeah, so this is very important. If you guys don't buy a stealth book, Master X will. So please buy these books.
I will not feel bad about it.
And he will not feel bad. He will not feel bad at all.
Save a book.
All right. I mean, that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to catch up with you guys, and I wanted to kind of just bring this out. But do you guys have anything to plug or wanted to say anything? If not, I guess we'll see each other in 4 years again.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Next week or 4 years. Who knows?
David's 4 inches.
If we could meet up again, I would love to. If we could meet up again, I would love to. And then
I really enjoyed this, and I miss doing this with you guys. Honestly, I had a lot of fun doing comic YouTube, and I had fun doing shit like this, not the stuff that's really going on now. Or at least I should say not most of it. So if we could bring this back, that'd be cool.
it would be nice, yeah. And then we could actually.
Okay, but we need to do one thing. We all don't need to be here on if we ever do this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good rule going forward. Is if we decide to carry this on,
Yeah.
if somebody can't make it, I say continue the show.
Yeah.
Let it go on, and
Yeah.
then just bring on like we used to do, bring on a guest.
Yeah.
We could substitute it with David's 4 inches.
Yeah. 4 inches.
Is that erected or just laying to the side?
I don't. Oh, come on.
It's
That's
erected.
a food. That's a
We
food
also
erect
need-
right there.
Cool. That's
We
cool.
we've had like a list of like people that I feel from like 2016 that I feel like would be like Longshanks. He was on a show with us one time, wasn't he?
Yeah, you
Longshanks and what's the other one?
Weapon X.
Weapon X. Longshanks and Weapon X. We're both on.
And like people like JoJo, like she's old school like us,
Yeah, I mean, we can have Martian, the comic hunter, come in.
Oh yeah, all
You
about
know?
comics.
Well, if we ever do this and we bring on a guest, we got to bring on Joker first.
New York Warriors. Yeah, remember when we always wanted to do but we were
You
scared.
We were scared.
We were too scared to like be in the same room with them.
But they're good peeps now. We're all
Yeah.
good now.
Very good people.
Yeah. But anyway, if you guys have nothing, man, I think that's it. It was nice hanging out with you guys. We'll see. Maybe we'll do more of this and then we'll actually have real topics. This one was just kind of just getting to know each other, see what's been going on. And then I don't know. You guys
Let's do
got
this
anything?
after those new awards come out because I don't want to like train roll those new awards. Like
What award?
there's a new awards. Like some dude just started a new awards thing. So it's not CBA either. So let's officially come back after those awards happen because I don't want to like ruin anybody's
Wait,
day.
Alex. So you weren't nominated for that new award?
I don't know.
That's the whole
Maybe.
thing. I think that for the new award it has to be a 10,000 subscriber or more.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all influencers now, and Alex is part of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the requirement is 4 inches, David.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might
I made it.
qualify.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just-
shaft.
He just made the cutoff. All right, guys.
I made it twice.
You made it by the tip.
Let's get out of here.
All right, guys.
9.2
You're ahead
crew.
of the game.
9.2 crew out. See you in 4 years or next week.
Maybe.
Maybe.